Chris Roberts and the CIG folks absolutely smashed it this weekend. It's Tuesday, guys, and I'm still freaking beaming from an incredible show. Like, literally, start to finish. It was delivery, it was content, it was exceeding expectation, and I'm absolutely hyped. I've actually tried to record this video like 5 times, but I just keep rambling about, I get fixated on one thing and just start talking about it, and I can't have this video go on for like 3 hours on everything I love about the Star Citizen CitizenCon presentations. I wanted to, and what hopefully this will be by the time you're watching it, is just a recap, light reaction, emotional reaction, feedback of the event in general, whilst watching the incredible cinematic, the Star Engine cinematic. I think this is my favorite cinematic ever from a video game. It encapsulates beautifully what I love about Star Citizen, and from the music they chose and produced, I guess, and to the things they showed. Oh man, still buzzing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this emotional, and you have to bear with me. My voice is going, and I'm like, it's November, so freaking. It's nearly November, so nursery's getting I don't go to nursery, but my young boy goes to nursery, and like, for those young dads out there, or dads in general, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's nursery season, and I'm sick. Anyway, complete tangent. I'm losing my voice. What I intend to do, this is what I'm talking about. This is the 5th time I've recorded this, but I'm sticking with this take. I'm going to do this reaction video, and I'm also going to be doing, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it, a fantastic look at the features. So I'm going to try and break down the features a lot more in a list, like a numbered list or something. And then I'm also going to have a separate video for the Squadron 42 cinematic, which was absolutely amazing. They smashed it out of the park with that cinematic, but I'm going to leave that to its own thing. So if you want me to, if you want me to go into the Squadron 42 demo in this video, I won't do it, but I'm going to do it in its own video, so make sure you subscribe. Yeah, so the show, absolute from start to finish. As I said before, it was absolute delivery content. We saw a lot of gameplay, and for me personally, I've never been to a CitizenCon before. Serious FOMO. I'm going to have to go to the next one. Let me know if you're going to come meet me in the comments. It was just like every presentation had some form of gameplay. It had a real look at what they were talking about. For example, the server meshing demo was really hands-on, and I think it really delivered on people's hopes, and to see it working live on stage was insane. There were like a lot of the stuff we saw. I'm really trying not to fixate on certain things, but a lot of the stuff we saw at CitizenCon this year seemed, to me at least, really far along. Looked quite really polished, and as they said for Squadron 42, it's feature complete. And I think as the audience, and maybe I'm wrong here, maybe I'm the only one, but it really felt like it's coming together. The dream, the dream is almost complete. It felt like a lot of the features that they've been talking about, what we've been asking for, are like coming in, like the mobi-glass updates, the UI changes, the flight model changes, new ships, like the Polaris, for example, looked like it was coming along really well. Oh man, I need to look at my notes. What else? The water tech, the hangars, the personal hangars, frickin' being able to deliver your own ground vehicle in the hangar and not having to go out and spend half an hour just fetching it before you even do what you want to do. The new character customizer. I'm going off on one now, guys. The new reworked mobi-glass, the map, the mini-map, like the amount of time, level cap and there's a video somewhere on YouTube where we're chatting about a mini-map and people having a map in Star Citizen, and to see it in-game working better than I ever expected, and it to map you out where to go exactly, and it to just work on Orison, a confusing place for new players. Like, it brings me so much joy because people will be able to jump into Star Citizen after watching my videos, other people's videos, content creators, and like, we take it for granted we know where we're going, but new players, they see our videos and they jump in and they go, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing. And they're starting to bring in tutorials and things like that. But for people to be able to have things like a map and like a working star map, it becomes, it really excites me because it, like, Star Citizen becomes more of like a passion project for people that are really into Star Citizen, and more of like a game ready for prime time, you know? And that is super exciting to me. Like, the base building, I'll touch on in a bit, but the org potential and the MMO side of Star Citizen, the wider population getting into the game and understanding the game, I think that's really massive. Just seeing some other things on my notes here. The freaking star cloth and star hair, character customizer, new weapon updates, physics, lighting, sound, realistic sound, crazy cool. I'm literally scattering so hard right now, but I'm just excited. I just want to touch on some ships here. So I mentioned the Polaris. I think Ben and John did a really touching segment on the Bounty Merchantman. As a content creator and as someone who makes content and can totally understand putting a lot of effort into something you want to show people, and then it not coming out, totally can sympathize like with their sentiment that it's they want to deliver it right, but they just haven't got the space to do that at this moment. It was like, I felt really emotionally connected to those guys when they were talking about it, because I can really feel, I'll put myself in their position where they get the Banu Merchantman looking absolute fire, by the way. Like, the design and art for that thing looks incredible. But then, for whatever reason, they had to make the decision to stop production, because not because they don't like you or because they hate the Banu Merchantman, but because they want to deliver it right and they want to deliver the vision. Like, I really felt in that segment, I got really, if anyone got emotional for that segment, or for any segment, that was my emotional segment. Not the server mission was cool, but I didn't get emotional. Was like, that was insane. But for me, I'm fixating. That was emotional for me. But yeah, we saw the new freaking ship, the Zeus. Looked awesome. I've picked up the CL, but I'm really interested. There was 3 variants: the ES, the CL, and the MR. So there's an all-rounder exploration, enhanced weapons and shields for the ES. CL, hauler, expanded cargo storage. That's the one I picked up. And then there's a bounty hunter version. I might have to pick up all 3 because they all look really cool. And also, a little tidbit, they said there's going to be 12 more ships or variants or vehicles delivered by the end of the year. And I don't know if you guys know this, but we're nearly at the end of the year. So that's cool. Really cool. Makes me super excited to be covering Star Citizen. Oh man, I'm just looking at my notes. Anything else I really want to talk about? Yeah, freaking Pyro. Oh my god. So they show Pyro, and we're going to see it in a minute here on this trailer. But they talked about Pyro, and they showed Pyro, and people got to play Pyro, but then they said, and I still can't believe this, we're going to get access to it in a week's time in a playground format. So I'm not entirely sure what that means. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to manifest play-wise. But even just the idea that I'm going to dip my toe into Pyro for at least a little bit, super exciting. I'm definitely going to be doing videos or a live stream or something on that. So make sure you stay tuned for that. That's going to be insane. Yeah, Pyro. Freaking cool. We saw the new flight models. We saw new... like that segment with the Gladius landing and flying around and stalling. That blew my mind. We saw the new quantum effects and the jump point effects going into Pyro. Pretty cool. We saw movement changes, sliding on the ground, jumping onto ladders, reloading your weapons directly from backpacks. I'm just saying things that I've written down, and I'm just like, how... Like, I remember at the end of day 2 of CitizenCon and going, how the heck am I meant to break this down? How? Like, I'll keep going. Weapon wear and tear. Dirt. Read-on recoil. New quick-time events for melee. Gun malfunctions. Reputation guarding for missions. New 26 Pyro stations. What? New interaction with objects. New interaction UI. New 0G EVA. The list goes on. This, by the way, you're watching in the background, was such a highlight. The freaking Storm Wars. Space Whales! I was like, oh, I was so, at this point, I was like so disappointed. Oh, we didn't get to see Space Whales. They showed us the statue, they teased it, and then, oh, look, there's Space Whales! That was so cool. Obviously, they're, you know, we don't know when they're coming in the game, but that is really nice. Oh, man. We saw a lot of information on engineering. That gameplay looks super complex and deep and awesome. So they had like a whole segment where there was, I think, 3 people. They're actually going to have this as a test mode as well. They had 3 or so people on a ship and stuff needed to be fixed, and they showed the UI of stuff that on their ship was broken, and I was like, man, I need a manual. I need a manual to how to fix my ship, because I don't understand what all these icons mean. So like, I'm super excited to like have and need people for the bigger ships. At the moment in Star Citizen, you can rock the bigger ship solo. Obviously, you might not be the best person for the job on your own, but you can do it. You can fly ships like the 890 jump solo. But I love the idea that things are going to break. Your quantum drive might need fixing, or X might need fixing, or when you get into combat, you can't just then go on to the next thing. Things need fixing. You need teamwork. And it just makes me really excited. This was the jump point thing. This was super trippy. I don't know if you saw it. So we actually saw these stations, which was really cool. And then look at this. So I don't know if we're going to get a gate, or this is how it's going to look. Because previously we had like a metal structure. Not this time. Look at this. Oh my word. How this is going to work, I don't know. And then look at this. Whoa, trippy AF. And then Pyro. I think it was called Checkmate Station we saw here. I thought it was Ruined Station. Maybe it is Ruined Station. Doesn't matter. It's still freaking incredible. Oh, I thought I was going to say there. Oh, man. Just the art and style. It's just serious cool factor, you know? Really, really, like... And for me, personally, like... I keep saying like, I'm sorry. It is impressive to just see the amount of content they've been working on all be shown. Like, the detail and depth of all the content they're showing. You kind of think it's like, oh, they're going to release stuff and it's going to be, you know, tier 0. Look at this space station right now. It looks anything but tier 0. It is absolutely packed with detail. Oh, man. So cool. Cannot wait to jump in here. What else is on my list? The hangars. Did I talk about hangars? Oh my word. So they had a segment. If I have, I don't care. I'm going to talk about it again. So they had a segment where they show, we've seen it a little bit, where you can have a hangar and get everything out, and it's like a hoarder's paradise, right? Super excited about that. But then they dropped the bombshell, an absolute incredible moment where you can cool your vehicle down from the hangar. And the amount of time that's going to save me personally is going to be it is ridiculous, because the amount of videos I try and make with certain loadouts or ship setups, and the amount of time I then have to go and set up the ship for that video, and that's before I've even done the thing I want to do. And I think that is, again, another huge quality of life thing, where you're not spending your time trying to get Star Citizen to work, or trying to get Star Citizen to be like, try and strong arm into, oh man, I need to go to Daymar, land on Daymar, grab the thing, put the vehicle in the thing, and then go and do the thing. Like, you can just literally load in, you got all your stuff in your hangar, you request the vehicle, and off you go. Oh man, just super cool. They had a massive segment on distribution centers. Team for that are incredible. They look amazing. We've seen it a couple of times before, but it looks like it's coming along really, really well. So there's different planet outposts managed by different companies. So there's going to be different security, different vehicles, different roads and landing pads depending on the distribution center. There's going to be mission givers there, and interestingly, there's going to be potential for raids. So there's going to be obviously high security areas, and you and your org are going to have the opportunity to go and get some valuable loot, go and get some really cool stuff from these distribution centers. They're just like, they look colossal. The scale is amazing. Again, just love it. This was an amazing little section here. My favorite planet, by the way, Bloom, I think it's called. Chat was telling me. Don't know if I've got that. I don't know if it's bloom as in, you know, like a flower blooms, or balloon. I didn't catch what people were saying. Either way, I've dubbed it Thumbnail Planet because it's got gorgeous, look at this, blue skies, got lovely biomes. I mean, look at this. This was insane. This was showing some of the fire tech. You're just like, oh no, these people are in trouble. This is going to be me. This is what happens when you try and fly a Reclaimer solo now. It's just things catch fire and everybody either suffocates the lack of oxygen or burns. Take your pick. It's a great time. Honestly, the tech they showed in this 2-day show, just really cool. It all looked, I think I mentioned it before, all looked really quite far along. And I think that was the really exciting part of it. You were seeing stuff and going, you know what, this looks ready to ship, pretty much. So it's maybe not ready to come out now, but it certainly doesn't look too far away. And I think that was a really good part of the show. And then I've got a whole page here, I'm not even joking, on base building. I touched on it slightly earlier, but base building, for me, is Star Citizen Endgame, because there's 3 types of base building you can do. They had an amazing trailer, and this is a screenshot of my face when I saw base building come up. Proper me. This is my new emoji for my channel, so yeah, I might actually change my profile picture to this emote. There's 3 different base building potentials. So you've got high security, which is high taxes, low mineral gain, but invulnerable protection. So that's really cool. Your holiday home, as I like to call it. Then you've got your low sec, low security, low taxes, medium profit potential, and limited protection. And then you have, I think, is the most exciting for streamers, orgs, and just the game in general, and that is no security. So there's no taxes, so it's free to, there's no rent, but there's high chance of profit, but also absolutely zero protection. And I think that is where Star Citizen's future is going to be. Land claims, base building, orgs. Just really exciting stuff. Look at my beautiful thumbnail planet here. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that section was really, really cool. They did say, however, that development starts in next year. But considering they're nearly done, I say nearly done, they're polishing Squadron 42. I'm imagining there's a lot more resources at hand to deal with the tech and that sort of a thing. It will also require server meshing of some kind. So yeah, and it just kind of brings together my final thoughts really on the PU side of Star Citizen, and it really feels like we've made such great strides behind the scenes, and we're starting, like, it feels like the valve is really starting to crank open in terms of content and feature updates, and once they get server meshing sorted, it's going to really open up the potential of everything. And I am hyped, guys. I don't know if you could tell with this 20-minute video of me rambling about everything I found. Oh, I just read something on my notes randomly. This is so hard to do. If I've not mentioned something that CIG have mentioned that you thought was cool, it's not because I didn't think it was cool, it's because I'm just overwhelmed with content to talk about. The new cockpit experience, where the tactile buttons and stuff, that was insane. Yeah. Honestly, such a good event. Like I said before, I had serious FOMO not being there. Absolutely will go next year. I need to meet people. I need to say hello. I'd love to meet some of the people from CIG as well that I've been talking to over the past year. There's a lot of people from CIG that have sent me maybe one message and said, hey, I saw your video, it was really cool, or like great feedback or whatever. And I've never had an experience with CIG people that has been anything but lovely. So I want to meet some of the people I've been speaking to, and just say, like, yeah, they're freaking, look at this Maelstrom destruction. How that's insane. It reminds me of Bad Company 2, which was a great game, best single player game up until Squadron, am I right? But yeah, kaboom, lovely. Oh man, but yeah, I honestly, the whole event was so good, and I need to go next year. I had a blast doing a watch party, but honestly, I need to go. So let me know in the comment section if you're going to join me. Like, part of me wants to get like a community booth, but then I won't want to stand there. I'll want to walk around, so it would be empty the whole time. So, like, I love the idea of gathering people. I don't know. Really cool. But guys, rattle off in the comment section. I really enjoy reading your comments, so I really want to know if there was anything I missed that you guys thought was really cool. Stay tuned for upcoming videos on CitizenCon, because I haven't really even dipped my toe into the Squadron 42 stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. It was a great event, and I finally made the take. Oh man, I'll see you guys later.